If you've ever wondered what a custom new construction home on 2.5 acres with a private pond belonging to the lot at $1.2 million looks like, this is the video for you. We're just 30 minutes outside of Kansas City proper right now. And with a property like this, outside city limits, there are 3 major advantages. 1, you get the freedom to do what you want. 2 is you get a private tree line, a level of privacy you can't find in the city. And 3, shops, outbuildings, and even chicken coops if you want them. This is called the Cottonwood by PCDI Custom Homes. 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 4,452 square feet. It's decked out on all 3 levels, 1.5-story home, and won 2 awards in the Kansas City Parade of Homes. Now, last year we showed 2 homes on the other side of this street. They were also Parade of Homes winners here in Kansas City. This one was well underway. It was just being framed in, but to see it complete now is impressive. You got these soaring stone columns, the cedar posts up top. And I'm going to show you, in case you're wondering, Nick, that only looks like a 4-car garage. I'll show you exactly where the 5th is here in just a few minutes. I wanted to start with the front door. It's huge. You've got 8-foot doors throughout the main level. This post alone, it's nice, heavy, a lot of custom work done on here, including the grill you see on the front. But the glass, I want you to take special notice of what it looks like right here. This is actually automated. So with the flip of a switch, you can frost and unfrost that glass panel in the front door. So whether you're looking for more light or more privacy, you've got quite a few options. Floor plan will go on the screen right here. And as always, we'll give you a sneak peek of the main living spaces. It's a big one, 3 finished levels, 7 bedrooms, an 8th non-conforming bedroom. And one more time, just because I enjoy this so much. Isn't that cool? We've never seen that in a video before. So it's not just that, you get the 2-story entry. These are about 22, 24 foot ceilings here. We're gonna start right here at the pocket office. So it's not just the 7 bedrooms plus the bonus spaces. Pocket office, it's trimmed out. You've got a beautiful color on the walls, which you're gonna see quite a bit of different paint colors throughout the house. And then this is the half bath that services the main level. And you'll see some wallpaper, you're gonna see some really unique pulls. Alex, why don't we get a close-up of those? They're actually like clamshells, it looks like, which is so cool. One of the boot benches, because we have a garage entry as well, one of the boot benches is right here. And then this spits us out to the main living spaces. So super open, all the windows, you're facing this back tree line, which is excellent. So you can see those picture windows, all of the existing trees that they were able to preserve. And we're gonna talk about that in a second, because this builder, PCDI Homes, they do a really good job utilizing the lot. You'll see what I mean here shortly, but the fireplace, we tend to see quite a bit of stone, the hearth right there, floor to ceiling stonework. Up top, you've got the stained beams and of course the built-ins on either side of the fireplace. Dining room, like a lot of their plans, is located in the middle. And then we've got this huge kitchen with cabinets going all the way to the ceiling. The uppers, they're all lit, so a little bit more electrical work. You've got down lighting, and then you also have this really unique, we'll try and get you a close-up here, this really unique ceramic tile that goes all the way from the top of the counters up to the ceiling there. The nice thing about this, and you're gonna see a property next week as well, the really nice thing about this is a lot of the time we see the sink actually in the island. Here, when you're on an acre, or 2.5 acres rather, you've got the sink overlooking the backyard. And this is a walkout, so we are up fairly high, which gets you this beautiful view of the tree line straight out back. But you do have a slide-in gas range right there. Looks like a 5-burner cooktop. Fridge is already included, which is a really big deal with new construction. And then of course, we've got a huge pantry with upgraded countertops, that prep top right there, and it wraps all the way around with faced frame shelving, which is why it looks so upscale. Now, we mentioned lot utilization. We're gonna get to the deck here in a moment. A lot of these properties, in fact, there are several other lots available on the street by the same builder, almost all of them are walkout lots, which is very impressive. But if you were looking at them from the street, not all of them have slopes to accommodate that. So just something very impressive with the builder. Before we get to that 5-car garage, you do have the double wide closet right here. Laundry room is straight back. You know what? We'll get to the laundry room before the garage. Boot bench, drop zone, everything's situated right there. And then of course we've got the laundry room. The entry to the house, you saw the poles on that bath, that half bath vanity. I thought these are so cool. It matches the wallpaper so well. And just really unique touches we don't always see every day of the week. But this garage, we have not shown more than 4-car garages on the channel before. And usually when we see those, it's a 2+2 garage setup. But this one, you've got 4 across. These, I believe, are 24 feet deep. And then you've got the 5th-car garage right here. So this is along the side of the property. What's nice about this is even though there's no garage door opener right here, depending on what you want to do with this space, you could fit, because there's no beam across, you could fit a car lift. In which case, absolutely, you don't want to install a garage door opener right there. You'd probably want a side mount so you can get that extra height. So really, this could be a 6-car garage with all things considered. But it's all painted. You've got these 2 garage door openers already ready to go. There's a water spigot for a utility sink right there. This thing's fully loaded. And of course, we're on Acreage. You do have a sprinkler system already installed, which avoids what would otherwise be a pretty big headache. Now, something really unique. We mentioned it in the beginning of the video. We're going to cover it exactly where this property is located in a minute. Something really unique is that this is outside city limits. So you'll notice just driving down the streets, a lot of the neighbors, properties that were for sale just months ago, a lot of the neighbors have moved in, they're building out buildings. You can do quite a bit, adding extra garage space, space for utility vehicles, etc. And even some chicken coops that we heard on the other side of this tree line. But I do want to get you a shot of the deck because this is one of 2 outdoor living spaces. And if you screened it in, it is perfectly set up for that, but you get the beautiful view of the tree line out back, composite decking. They added the stairs down, which not all builders are gonna do, and that tends to cost, just these stairs down on a walkout this steep, that could cost anywhere between $8,500 to $15,000, depending on the elevation, if you have a landing, and how you want to build it. But composite decking, which is super nice, low maintenance, and you get a beautiful view of the private pond, which is on this property. So very, very impressive. Most of the other lots on this street, they're about 1.5 acres. This being 2.5 acres, it's not just the flat backyard, it's also that private pond, which is very, very unique. Now, this is a big, big property, right? I'll put the square footage on the screen. As we go through different levels of the house, I'll put that level's floor plan on the screen. But last part of the main level is the master. So beautiful trimmed out geometric pattern right here. Very similar to the office paint color. And this is the master bedroom. 3 huge windows, the beams up top, wallpaper that it looks like you could just touch the wallpaper and feel the grooves in it, but it's all flat, which is very, very impressive. And you have double doors leading into the bathroom. So wall-to-wall dual vanity, huge towers on the side. You got the transom window. We'll call it a transom window. You got extra light coming in here, which is really nice. And then around the corner, we do have the water closet, a huge, huge shower. Just look at that tile. Oh my goodness. You can see all the texture on it. That's a lot of tile in that bathroom. You've got the huge bench right there as well. And then the final part here is actually very cleverly hidden. You've got the pocket door and it leads into the master closet with tons of storage, extra windows up top, and still enough privacy to where you don't have to frost those or anything like that. Now we're gonna head upstairs, which is why you're seeing the upper level floor plan on the screen. 3 bedrooms up. We had the master on the main, and we've got 2 bedrooms downstairs. But as soon as you get up here, you have a huge loft space a lot of the time when it comes to new construction, even at a $1.2 million price point, sometimes the lofts are like super tiny and like they say a loft on the floor plan, but they don't really feel like one. This feels like a huge loft. And the nice thing is you get, again, the two sliding windows here, views of that tree line, completely private, and of course, all that space in the backyard. So if you've got kids, if you want an extra rec room, family room space, this is perfect for it. I know there are a lot of bedrooms in this house. I'm almost out of breath here. We're gonna get through them pretty quickly in this one. This one faces the front of the house, really good size. It's not like they just crammed as many bedrooms in here as they could. This is actually pretty big. This has a private bath. You'll notice a full walk-in closet, and we'll give you a little shot of that bathroom right here. Everything's upgraded, tile showers, quartz on the vanity top, and around the corner, the next two actually have a shared bathroom, and just wait till you see what's on the wall here. They did such a good job staging these homes, these bedrooms, all each with a different theme. I can really appreciate that. Full walk-in closet to the right, and coming around the corner, I think we've seen this one before. We saw it in the entry to the master closet. So you got that geometric pattern. You've got a linen closet right here that's you almost can't even see it because it blends in. And then you've got the full shared bathroom. And again, a different theme for every bedroom. So here we go. We've got the football theme here with the inflatable, and then another walk-in closet. Now, before we head downstairs, I want to show you exactly where this property is located on the map, because just like we mentioned in the intro, we're outside of city limits, and that gives you 3 huge benefits with a property like this. And the first one is property taxes. We mentioned at the beginning of the video, this property is about 30 minutes away from like Kansas City, Missouri proper. It does have a baser address, which is this city up here. It's great if you want a lot of land, if you want to be secluded, but also fairly close to some really big amenities we'll get to in a moment. But the reason that's important is since you're outside the city limits of Baser, Kansas, you're also not paying the mill rate, which is a part of the property taxes that would go to the city of Baser. So that's just one benefit. And the second big advantage is more privacy. So it's not just the space you have, but it actually has to do way more with the zoning and the flexibility of where you can put the house on a given lot. For example, in the drone footage, you can see the houses are very far apart from each of the neighbors. That's because the zoning in this neighborhood requires each property to be 1 acre or more, and that's why this one happens to be 2.5 acres. But clearly, if we zoom in a little bit, and this is the county map, it takes a little bit of time to load, but if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that private pond. It takes up quite a bit of the space. The nice thing is, because this is outside city limits, because it's on a big piece of land, you get a lot more control when it comes to where that home is positioned on the lot and what those setbacks actually look like, which is why that pond can occupy a really good portion of the acreage. But you really see that come into effect, especially with these properties that are alongside the street. You can see this one up top, number 1, it's angled quite a bit. If we move over a little bit, number 2 and 3, again, this house is angled. It has that kind of circle drive right off that main street. Gives you a lot more flexibility, and also means you can preserve a lot more of the natural area surrounding the given property. The third major advantage is that there are fewer building restrictions. There's no HOA like a lot of the properties we show that are in subdivisions. Because you're with the county and not confined to city rules, it gives you easier permitting process, looser building codes, and the freedom to add things like outbuildings, so shops, barns, etc. And that's why you see so many of those in the drone footage when we're really high up and flying over the entire neighborhood. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're in the middle of nowhere either. While you do have septic tanks, which is very common for properties that are an acre plus, you do have city water, which is a really big benefit and not always the case. 30 minutes to downtown Kansas City if you want to make that trip into town. You're also about 15 minutes away from the Legends, where you'll find the Kansas Speedway, Kansas City Sporting, the Kansas City Monarchs, which is our semi-professional baseball team, a host of different restaurants, shops, and outlet stores. You're also about 15 minutes from Bonner Springs and all of the shops. They've got the Walmart there, a couple grocery stores, etc., and about 30 minutes to the airport. Put the ratings for the school district on the screen. It's very highly rated. You can see the ratings for each of the individual schools there. And now that you know exactly where it's located, we're going to cut to the lower level. The floor plan for the lower level is on the screen. We mentioned throughout the video, 6 bedrooms. You've got 2 of them down here, but there's also a non-conforming. Before we get to that one, a lot of unfinished storage space. So it's not just the ability to build an outbuilding, a shop, etc., but you do have some unfinished storage down here. Straight back is a storm shelter. We get a lot of people moving here from Kansas City. If you're looking for land, I know one of the biggest questions, what about tornadoes? First, we have basements, which is a really big deal. With a walkout like this, however, storm shelter becomes quite an asset. If you don't want to use it as a storm shelter, you could certainly use that as a vault, a gun room, a safe, etc. Coming into here, this is a flex room. So they've got it set up as a play area. It's a non-conforming bedroom because we don't have an exit. However, this is it's a lower level walkout. So you could use it however you want. There's no code police out here, especially being outside of city limits. But shared bathroom straight ahead. You've got the vanity shower tile to the ceiling and the tub in there. And then right over here, you got a closet in the hall. Pretty good sized bedroom with the operable window that faces the backyard. And around the corner, we have the walk-in closet. But as we make our way around the corner, it wasn't just the family room on the main level. It wasn't just the huge loft on the second story, but it's the rec room down here that makes quite a bit of difference. So 3 rec areas in the house. This one's pretty big. You get all the natural light coming in down here. Just wait, make sure you subscribe to the channel because next week we're going to show you another property on Acreage by this builder. It's got one of the most impressive bars that we've seen in a lower level. This reminds me a lot of it. You've got the 2-tiered setup, beautiful top on it, and I like how it wraps around ceramic tile, and of course you've got this nice darker stain that really fits the whole look and theme of this one. Fridge is already included, which is a really big deal, and we'll get to the walkout here in a moment, but bedroom number 6, this has a private bathroom. It's a pretty good size. So a nice little garden right outside here. You can see the flower beds. And then as we turn the corner, you do have the full walk-in closet and the private bathroom. However, coming around the corner, I'm going to put a drone shot on the screen right here. The way this builder utilizes their lots is very, very impressive. This one, despite being a walkout, has a very flat backyard. A lot of the time with a walkout, you get this really significant slope, which means if you did want to put a shed or you wanted to put a pool out here, you would have to do extra grading. You might be able to hear it in the background audio. There's definitely a rooster or a chicken coop right on the other side of that tree line. So if you're looking for like the ultimate source of freedom, a lot of land, privacy like this, and even your own private pond on the property, 1.2 million, this is an absolute steal. It's finished on all 3 levels. The inside of the house is decked out. You've got all the features outside and the freedom to do what you want with the property. Big thank you to the builder, PCDI Homes. Also big thank you to the listing agent, Bridget. Her contact info will be on the screen down in the description below. Any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City, whether it's on a huge piece of land like this or it's in the city, in a subdivision, I'd love to help you out, bring all of this information, put it to use for you. So feel free, phone call, text message, email. There's a free guide linked at the top of the description. It'll take you through all the steps you need to know before you go. This is the video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy the most. And next week, make sure to subscribe and come back. When it's out, I'm going to link the next Acreage property tour that we're going to do that'll come out next Saturday. So click there or here, and I'll see you on the other side.